If you are in the A group, could you please come to the carpet as well? We are not doing our calendar time this morning.
What day is it? It's Sunday.
Oh, voices off in 3, 2, 1. Now raise your hand if you could tell me what blends were we working on last week? Not the blends on the board right now. What blends were we working on last week? Emma? S blends. Very good. So we were working on S blends, and they came at the beginning of the word, like stop, stop, or snake, snake, or skunk, skunk. Now, all right, Samari, if I said steak, what is my S blend? What are the two blends at the beginning? ST, good job. If I said slump, what are my S blends at the beginning? S, slump. Oh, please raise your hand, Ellie. SL.
Is that even a word?
Slump is a word. Slump. Now, if I said skunk, this can be a tricky one. If I said skunk, what is my S blend at the beginning? Josie? SK. Very good. Now, boys and girls, this week we are working on blends at the end of a word. At the end of a word. Now, don't be too afraid of it. We have worked with rhyme blends before. So since we already know rhyme blends, this may help us figure out our blends at the end of a word. Alright, so boys and girls, if I said hand, hand, what blend do you hear and see at the end of the word hand? Soren. ND. So now, Soren, if I said hand and then I said sand, do you still hear the ND at the end of sand? Good job. Now, we have hand. Now, another, that's an ND blend. Now we have lend. Lend. Do you hear? Give me a thumbs up if you hear the ND blend in lend. 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 Like, I'm going to lend you my snowblower for this weather. I will lend you my shovel for this weather. Now, boys and girls, a few other ones. Raise your hand if you can identify one more ND blend in this list of words. Delilah? End. End. Now everybody say hand.
Hand.
Lend.
Lend.
End.
End.
Do you see or hear, do you hear the connection in ND?
Yeah.
And you can see the connection in ND. Now a few more words we're going to talk about, a few more endings. Would be NK. NK. Which word on this list has an NK ending? Omar. Drink. Drink has an NK ending. Can we think of another word with an NK ending? Raise your hand. Geraldine? Stunk. Or skunk. Skunk. So we have that SK blend in the beginning, and we have an NK blend at the end. Good job. Skunk. Raise your hand if you think you know another word with an NK ending. Now, maybe it's not on this list. I want you to think back to all the words you know. Think back to all the words you know. All the words you can say. And raise your hand if you have an NK end for me. Cadence. Okay, so we have skunk we just did. We have drink. Matthew? Trunk. Trunk is an NK ending. We have T-R-U-N-K. Trunk. Good job. Another blending we will be looking at this week is MP. MP, like stamp. Raise your hand if you can read one of these words and tell me which word has an MP blending. Carly.
Jump.
Jump. Jump. Ump. What about nest? Does nest have an NP ending?
No.
No, it does not. What is our last word with an NP ending in our list? Olivia?
Stand.
Stand. Good job, Olivia. Stand. What about give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you hear an NP blending in this word I'm about to say. So listen carefully. Clamp. Clamp. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Very good, boys and girls. Clam. We have that NP ending. The last ending, actually we have NT and ST. NT and ST. So if I said nest, raise your hand if you can think of another word that has an ST ending. Nest. Best.
What is best?
Ooh, let's see if we have another one. Emma.
Fest.
Fast. Good job, Emma.
She meant fest.
Oh, you said vest?
Fest.
Oh, fest.
Festival.
Like a festival. Good job. Josie.
Last.
Last. Omar.
A vest.
A vest. Good job. Olivia.
West.
West. We are already, I can tell, we are already way beyond in these these sound blendings. We are going to do a great job this week when we get to work with these sound blendings. Now we have tent, an NT. NT blending. We have tent. Can anybody think of another NT ending? NT ending. Tent. Soren? Faint. Faint does have an NT blending. Good job, Soren. Geraldine? Bent. Faint. Bent. Tent. Tessa?
Scent.
Scent. One more. Does anybody have another one? Boys and girls, we've done an excellent job with this. The reason I'm introducing you to these end blendings, so we have N, we have NK, we have ST, we have ND, we have MP. And I believe that's all. Boys and girls, the reason I'm introducing you to these blendings is because in our stories this week, we will be seeing many, many words with these end blendings. These end blendings. What I'd like us to do now is I'd like us to go back to our seats. Please take out our student workbooks. It has the frog. It's workbook number 3. It's our green workbook with the frog and the big number 3 on it. When you grab your workbook, please turn to page number 24. Please turn to page 24. Once you turn to page 24, please give me a thumbs up. Good job, Matthew. Good job, Samaria. Good job, Omar. Thank you for doing your jobs quickly and quietly. Boys and girls, I would like us to think, what blendings were we just working on? We were working on end blendings. End blendings. And our instructions today are going to be circle the words with an NT blending.
Oh, I
So
just found
circle
one.
the words with an NT blending. As I read, I want you to circle the words with an NT blending. Not an ND, not an ST, the NT ending. Alright, so as I read, go ahead and circle. My garden. This is my garden. I'll plant it with care. Here are the seeds. I'll plant in there. The sun will shine. The rain will fall. The seeds will sprout and grow up tall. Raise your hand if you can tell me where you found one of the NT endings.
There's only 2.
Clara.
Plant.
Plant. Now we have plant here in the second sentence. So go ahead and circle plant if you did not circle as I read along. Now, was there any more NT blendings? Emma?
Plant.
Plant. So there's another plant. Now, did we have any more NT blendings in this story or in this passage? No, we did not. Boys and girls, I'm proud of you. You were able to identify the correct N blendings. Now what I'd like us to do, after I'm going to read through this again, and I want you to underline 2 things seeds need to grow. Now you can use your background knowledge for this, but I'd also like you to read along. Think about when it starts to talk about growing. What happens before it talks about growing? So as I read, think about it. This is my garden. I'll plant it with care. Here are the seeds I'll plant in there. The sun will shine. The rain will fall. The seeds will sprout and grow up tall. Raise your hand if you can tell me, what did you underline? For 2 things the seeds need to grow. 2 things the seeds need to grow. Mason.
The sun.
The sun. So the sun. Seeds need the sun to grow. Good job. Brinley.
The rain will fall.
The rain will fall. So you can go ahead and underline the sun and the rain if you did not do so already. The sun and the rain. Good job. Now that we've annotated our text, boys and girls, let's apply it to the next page. So please turn your books into page 26. Now, boys and girls, it says summary. It says summary right here. And what it's asking us is it says seeds need blank. So what do you think we're going to need to write in our blank spot? Seeds need blank. So what did we underline in our passage? What did we underline in our passage? Raise your hand if you can tell me, Ellie.
Sun.
Sun. And what else did we underline, Soren?
I was gonna say sun.
Okay. Can you look at your passage though and figure out what else did we underline? So sun and. Do you need help from a friend? All right, Abdallah, could you help out Soren?
Rain.
Sun and rain. So it says seeds need blank. What do you think we should write in the blank? We have something about sun and rain. But boys and girls, let's take a look at our vocabulary word bank. Do we see rain anywhere in our vocabulary word bank? No. What word in our word bank could we use instead of rain? Samaria? Water. So let's go ahead and circle water and circle sun. We are going to use these words.
We can do
Seeds need sun and water. Now what do we need to do at the end of our sentences?
period.
Period. Good job. We have a capital. There's a capital here in the beginning. That word is already given for us, and now we need a period there at the end. We are getting close to 10 o'clock, but we still have 5 minutes, so let's please stay on task until station time. We have a picture. Let's take a look at page number 27. What is the picture in number 1? What is the picture of number 1? Raise your hand if you think you could tell me. Samaria? A net. Very good, Samaria. A net. Now, take a look at number 2. Take a look at number 2, and we are going to add a certain letter to the end of this word to create a new end blending. So we have a net, and what do we think number 2 is, Landon? A nest. Now raise your hand if you could tell me what blending do we have at the end of this word? Nest. Nest. Brinley.
ST.
S-T. N-E-S-T. So we went from net to nest by adding one simple letter. We added a blend at the end and it gave us a new word. Let's come up with a rhyme word for net. Raise your hand if you have a rhyme word for net. Ellie. Met. Met. Raise your hand if you have another rhyme word for net. Matthew?
Jet.
Jet. You could do jet. I'm just going to write it up over the top in case you wanted to write jet.
There's one more.
Anybody else have one? E-group, I'm so proud of your participation today. You guys have been participating so well. Samaria. Get. You could write get. Good job. Oh, that's a sloppy G. Looks like a cursive G, doesn't it? All right. Number 4, we are going to write rhyme words for nest. Nest. Raise your hand if you think you could find a rhyme word for nest.
I don't know what.
Olivia. Best. Best. Good job. Anybody else have a rhyme word for best and nest? Cadence. Rest. Good job, Cadence. We have
There's so many things that rhyme.
Geraldine? Lest. So, when you think of lest, we're thinking of less. So if you have less of something, you have less, not lest. It's all right. Great effort, though. I like your participation. All right, boys and girls, we have a couple words here. If you thought of something else and want to figure out or fill in something else, you may. But now we are going to work on our sentence for number 5. Number 5, our sentence. I think we could brainstorm a pretty good sentence about maybe birds. The bird made the best nest. The bird made the best nest. Does anybody else have another sentence they would like to write? Tessa. I tried my best. You could do I tried my best, but I would like us to try to use 2 rhyme words at least. So best. I tried. I tried my best. We need another rhyme word in there. I tried my best to make a nest. I tried my best to wear a vest.
I tried my best to eat my vest.
You could do something like that. Raise your hand if you have another sentence you'd like to share. Soren.
I tried my best to eat my vest.
I tried my best to eat a vest. That's a silly sentence. I tried my best to eat my vest. That's a silly sentence. Raise your hand if you have another. Delilah. She was the best. The bird, so I'm going to write mine. The bird made the best nest. All right, if you are with Mrs. H or Mrs. Parker, you will have to come back to this during line time. Actually, not during line time. This is an I. The bird made the best nest.
Do we have to write that sentence?
Make, sound it out. You have sound spelling skills. A. Now, as you are writing, did you remember your capital? Did you remember your period? These are important things we need in every sentence. I will give us 1 more minute to work on or finish writing our sentence. Otherwise, we will have to come back to this during our lion time, and we will finish this.